But we're going to start with Texas State Representative Ana Maria Rodriguez Ramos, who has yet to return to the state capitol, even as Republicans push to redistrict nears its final stages. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So why have you not yet returned to Texas?
While I respect my colleagues, and this was a personal decision for me, I couldn't, on principle, return back to the Texas House floor knowing that this was not a fair process and it was going to silence the voices of hundreds of thousands of Black and brown voters. So for my own personal decision, it was not the right thing for me to do.
What moves do the Democrats have left?
Well, the truth is it's going to the Senate now. The bill goes to the Senate. We have Democrats in Senate who could fight back the way we fought back, but we're not sure where that's going to happen. So the next step is the legal process. In returning back to Texas, meant to me that we're relying on a system that has failed us over and over again, many times in the past. We've been fighting redistricting and these power grabs since 1970. And so there are other options, and that's what my colleagues are exploring. But for me, on principle, this was just not the right time for me to go back, and my constituents asked me to continue to fight.
Can you explain the legal avenues that Democrats might have in front of them?
Well, it's the legal avenues that we've explored in the past. The author of the bill kept talking about that this was okay legally because it increased the Republican majority. So for the Republican majority, this was what their goal was. But the reality is it was a racial gerrymander, and a racial gerrymander is unconstitutional. We still have a constitution in America, and we still have to respect it. So the legal avenues are that route, addressing the racial gerrymandering piece of it. Republicans over and over again emphasized yesterday, and they were passing the map and pushing it through, that it was to increase the Republican performance. It's what you heard over and over again. Now, mind you, they know that their ideas would not increase Republican performance, which is why the only way they could do that is cheating. And so the legal strategy is to emphasize the fact that they are continuing to silence Black and brown votes. That still remains unconstitutional. So many of our colleagues felt that it was important to go back to establish that as a legal framework of the reality behind this racist rigging.
So that's going to wind its way through the courts. I wonder, in the meantime, how you feel about California's response.
Oh, I'm excited about California's response, and I'm excited the fact that we have increased the national awareness of this secret backdoor dealing to pick our voters. And so I'm really looking forward to California moving this. And many people like to say it's the same thing, especially in Texas. I heard from my Republican colleagues, well, if California is doing it, we're doing the same. No, it's completely different, and people need to understand that. What California is doing it is taken to the voters and allowing the voters to have a weigh in the system. In Texas, it was all done behind closed doors, even though thousands and thousands of voters came and said, we do not want this. Texas deliberately, intentionally ignored these voters, deliberately, intentionally said, we're going to advance our racist MAGA maps, intentionally and deliberately said, we're going to give these 5 seats. Trump asked for them. Instead of earning them through policy and through ideas and issues, we're going to steal these seats. We're going to cheat. And so what California is doing is completely different. In addition to that, California is doing a temporary issue in terms of advancing these 5 seats. And so they're going to continue to implement their independent redistricting commission. But this time, right now, we need to fight fire with fire. And I appreciate California being part of this fight.
You've been in this situation before where Democrats have had to flee the state in order to try to stop or at least pause a vote on a bill that they didn't believe in, one that they thought was patently unfair. And it's not worked. And at the same time, Republicans have had power in the state house for a long time. It wasn't once upon a time, Texas was Democratic. It was a Democratic state. It's been a while. I wonder, do you see any way out of this beyond trying to convince voters of Texas that Democrats have better ideas? And does that mean that Democrats maybe need to change strategies? Is there a way? I know you're talking about cheating. I know it's redistricting and the gerrymander is difficult. But if you can't get around it, the courts don't help you out. If you can't get, it can't stop a vote from happening in the state house, isn't the only other option to try to figure out a new strategy, politically speaking, that's going to get to those voters?
100%. We have to have a new strategy. Laying around and acting as the minority party and not an absolute party of opposition, that's where the difference is. And unfortunately, I feel many times in Texas, Democrats have somewhat of a Stockholm syndrome mentality where the oppressor says we must do this, and therefore Democrats respond in kind. I think we have to start acting like an opposition party. And that is part of this quorum break. Now, when you mentioned the last quorum break that nothing happened, it absolutely did. We were able to mitigate the consequences. For example, souls to the polls. Well, one of the issues that they were attacking was their consistent trend of racism. We were able to mitigate that and to continue to have souls to the polls, which we know is a strength of our African-American communities. And so we were able to help the community through the last quorum break. We are doing it now as well. And part of what we're doing now is, of course, the national awareness. But no, you're absolutely right. We must continue to fight.
All right. Thank you so much. State Rep Ana Maria Rodriguez Ramos, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.